Hi, my name is Antonis and I'm the iconographer of this video. Today, as you have suspected, we will talk about eyes and how to draw the perfect eye. Here I attach some images of various eyes from various icons, and as you see, these eyes, although they share a very common shape, they are not exactly similar to each other. There are some differences from iconographer to iconographer, and the way somebody changes slightly the shape of and the character of the eyes. So we will talk about all these. And here I've started drawing a first pair of eyes, and for these eyes I've used a length of 3.5 centimeters, and the height of the eye will be a little less than half of its length. So its length is 3.7, the half of 3.7 is 1.75, but I will not draw this eye 1.75, I will draw it 1.5, a little bit less than half of its length. So this will give to the eye a more elongated shape, and we often see these elongated eyes in icons of Virgin Mary or female saints. I don't want to say that specific saints or Virgin Mary, Christ have a specific shape of eyes, but I just want you to understand that eyes do not come in a very specific shape, but they can vary according to the iconographer and the character of the eyes that he or she wants to impart. It's natural to exist this variation of shapes, and because iconography is an art that is very organic, I would say, and although it seems rigid, in reality it is not. So it's nice that it's nice if you understood that although we do get to learn these basic shapes, these shapes though can vary slightly and give us a different let's say expression or a different character of a person. And now I'm painting this upper eyelid. This will be around 1 centimeter or a little bit less. Well, maybe it's gonna be around half a centimeter, and make sure that when you draw these eyes, these lines, it's a perfect exercise for you to print the photos that I have you on the end. Print these photos and just draw pairs of eyes as much as you can. Just make sure that your lines begin on the upper eyelid very thin. They will become thicker towards the middle, and they will become thin again. And for the lower eyelid, the line begins almost thick. It maintains its thickness for a little, and then it starts becoming thin again. For the upper eyelid that you see me here, the line begins thin, it becomes a little bit thicker, and ends thin again. Now the iris is almost the same length as the height of the eye. Here, for example, the height of the eye was 1.5, and I will draw the iris 1.4 centimeters long. These can vary a little bit, 1 millimeter or 2, that's fine. Just make sure that for the iris it's important to give it an ellipse as a shape. It's not a spherical shape, it's more an olive shape. And also make sure when you actually drawing an icon, the face of a saint, make sure that you will draw these iris parallel to each other or a little bit apart from each other, just slightly bit apart from each other. This will give a very nice thoughtful expression to your the person you depict. And for the upper eyebrow, just make sure that it begins on the right place, it has the right thickness, and try to give your best to give the appropriate expression. Eyebrows are extremely important when giving the expression of a saint. All these and much more, of course, all the photographs of the eyes that I attached earlier are to be found in my online course in high resolution photos, as well as lessons on the facial characteristics. Hi, I'm Antonis, and I'm proud to present you my online course in iconography, Paint an Icon with Me. This course will help you become a better iconographer, and it will help you be more confident when talking and presenting your artwork. It will make you understand in depth the studio practices of a professional iconographer like me, and you will get accustomed to what great iconography looks like. So learn in a simple and organized way everything you need about the materials, mediums, and techniques in order to make a beautiful icon. Paint with me the icon of Christ and learn how to paint better any icon you wish. I will see you at the studio. Now, this course is organized in a very thoughtful and systematic way. It's appropriate for both beginner iconographers and more experienced, and you can find everything from the early stages of an icon, drawing the facial characteristics, how to draw from a print, etc., to how I varnish an icon, and the rest of it. So anyway, back here to drawing these eyes. Now I'm going to show you how I draw an eye that is and looks correct, but it's a little bit more round. So for this, although I will use the same length, 3.5 centimeters on my paper, the height of this eye will be a little bit more than 1.5 in a way that will make this eye look more round. And you will see that although these two eyes are much different from each other, that they do look correct and nice. Here I'm using a height of around 1.8 centimeters for the height of this eye. So it's 3 millimeters more tall, let's say, this eye from the other. Make sure that your lines keep their, let's say, aerodynamic shape. It really looks, it's a shape, it's a line very dynamic, I would say. And make sure that you do keep this character on your drawings. Of course, I have to say that throughout my I don't want to say career, but throughout my experience all these years with iconography, I have drawn thousands of eyes, probably. So I'm really comfortable, and this shape comes really easy to me. I know that it's not that simple for beginner iconographers, but just try to find pleasure in drawing these shapes, and just play with this, draw as many eyes as you can. I think it's very satisfying to draw eyes. Many painters, for many painters, this is their favorite part. So try to play a little bit with these shapes, make them rounder like this or more elongated like the one before. And also play with the expression, try to make these look more sad, maybe more calm, more angry, just to play around a little bit and see how that shapes how your lines affect the expression of these eyes. I do hope. So I was talking so much about the eyes. I didn't have the chance to ask you how are you, how's your summer going? Are you creative? Are you healthy? Please let me know in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, please do like the video and subscribe to this video. It's really nice for me. And I do hope that you are well balanced, happy, and creative. So here, this was very fun for me somehow. Here I want to show you some mistakes many beginner iconographers do, common mistakes I would say. The first mistake, as you see here, is that they draw lines that have no the right dynamic of a Byzantine eye. As you see here, the lower lid of the eye, the lower eyelid is not in the correct. Its line is not in the correct shape, etc. These are another very common mistake is this, where they exaggerate the curves of the eye, and of course often beginner iconographers make the upper eyelid, this second eyelid on the top, very very small, very attached to the eye. And another mistake is they exaggerate the curves of the eyebrow, and in general it's an exaggeration of the lines that make the eye lose its aerodynamic lines. The third common mistake is making an eye that is too much round, or the lines are not thin at the beginning, they're just very thick. Just try to avoid these exaggerations as you see them. Yeah. An iris that looks very very big for the rest of the eye, and of course the pupil that is not attached on the upper eyelid again. And another one very common mistake is that often the eyebrow begins from not its right place. It should begin where the nose, the bridge of the nose ends. So make sure that the eyebrow just follows the curve of the eye, and do the same. Another mistake is that of many beginner iconographers is that they close the eyes in front. They link the upper and lower eyelids. The iris is either too big or too small, the curve of the eyebrow is exaggerated, and so forth. Make sure you do print the photographs at the end of this video, and do try, if you are not very sure, do try to make some exercises following these eyes, or you can just find an icon, an old icon, and just try to copy these eyes now that you know better their metrics. So here lastly I will draw a bigger eye for you. It's a 7 centimeter long eye. It's just the right eye of the saint. So I'll just draw this to give you some inspiration for you to draw your eyes as well. So I will start with thin lines. I will make them thicker in the middle and then thin again. And this is a 7 centimeter long, so it's a pretty big eye. It's really satisfying to draw. And the upper eyelid is a little less than 1 centimeter in length. So the length of the eye is 7 centimeters, but the height of the eye is just 3 centimeters. Because I don't want this eye to be very rounded, I want this to be a little bit elongated. So it's a little less than half of the 7 centimeters. It's just 3 centimeters high. So the iris will be around 3 centimeters in length as well, the same length as the eye's height. And we can find the upper eyelid, the one above the eye. It's around the 1/3 of the height of the eye. So if the eye is, let's say, 3 centimeters tall, the 1/3 of the 3 centimeters is 1 centimeter, and there we will place the upper eyelid. I'm pretty sure that video here works better than my explanations, but yeah. And here try to draw an eyebrow that is calm in this situation. Compare the thickness of the eyebrow with the thickness of your eyelids. In this case, I think it should be just a little thinner than the 1 centimeter of the eyelid. The eyebrow, maybe it's around 0.9 centimeters. A little less than the length or the height of the eyelid. Just to make sure it's 7 centimeters. So length of the eye 7 centimeters. Height of the eye around 3 centimeters. From eyelid to eyelid around 1 centimeter. Length of the iris, it's 3 centimeters. And a little less, I think, than 1 centimeter the thickness of the eyebrows. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you'll do these exercises and you'll get inspiration. I'll see you soon with another tutorial. Bye.